Kasance da Unity TV domin labaru akan al'amuran yau da kullum. Unity TV, murya cikin nazari.
Hello and welcome to this hour on Unity TV. Today is Friday, 28th of July 2023 and it's equivalent to 10th of Muharram 1444 after Hijrah. The headlines. Senate to commence screening of ministerial nominees Monday. El-Rufai's son Igbori's daughter named Rep Committee's chairman. On Sit at Home, AIG orders police personnel to neutralize IPOB ESN elements. On the foreign scene, HAJARKU supporters set fire to ruling party headquarters, and in sports, Barca cleared to play in Champions League amid probe. And those were the headlines, and for details and more of the stories, I am Rukayat Sani Ibrahim. The Senate has fixed next week Monday to commence the screening of the ministerial nominees forwarded to it by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. President Bola Tinubu on Thursday sent the list of 28 ministerial nominees to the Red Chamber for screening and confirmation. The ministerial list was brought into the chamber by the Chief of Staff to President Tinubu, Femi Gbajabiamila, and was presented to the Senate President Akwai in plenary. Among the 28 ministerial nominees submitted, 6 were women and 4 are former governors. They are Nasru Ahmed El-Rufai of Kaduna State, David Umahi of Ebonyi State, Nyesom Wiki of Rivers State, and Badaru Abubakar of Jigawa State. President Tinubu, in the letter read by the Senate President, assured the Red Chamber that the remaining 16 nominees will be sent to the Senate later in the month. Meanwhile, briefing journalists after the plenary, the Senate spokesman Senator Yemi Adaramodu said the Senate has suspended its annual recess to attend to the ministerial nominee screening exercise. He said the screening exercise this time around will be thorough and it will not be just bow and go. 11 states of the Federation will have to wait as President Bola Ahmed Tinubu forwarded a list of 28 ministerial nominees to his Chief of Staff Femi Gbajabiamila to the Senate for screening and confirmation. The Constitution requires that at least a minister comes from each of the country's 36 states and the Federal Capital Territory FCT. The states that have to wait are Adamawa, Bayelsa, Gombe, Kano, Kebbi, Kogi, PLATEAU, Lagos, Osun, Yobe, and Zamfara states. President of the Senate, Senator Akwai, yesterday received the long-awaited ministerial list from President Bola Tinubu, thereby putting an end to weeks of anxiety and speculations about who will make the list. Tinubu's ministerial list is not dominated by former governors, ex-senators, House of Representative members, and strong political allies believed to have worked for his victory at the polls. Those on the list include Abubakar Momo of Edo, Yakubu Yusuf Maitama Tugar of Bauchi, Ahmed Dengiwa of Katsina, Hannatu Musawa Katsina, Uche Naji Enugu, Beta Edu, Cross River, Doris Uzoka, Imo, David Umahi, Ebonyi, Ezengunyesom Wiki of Rivers, and Muhammad Badura Abubakar of Jigawa. Others are Nasru El-Rufai of Kaduna, Ekperepe Ekpo of Akwai, Nkiruka Onyejocha of Abia, Olubumi Tunji Ojo Ondo, Stella Oketete, Delta, and Uju Kennedy Ohanenye of Anambra. Bello Muhammad Goronyo Sokoto, Dele Alake of Ekiti, and Latik Bakbemi of Kwara. Also on the list are Muhammad Idris of Niger, Olawale Edun of Ogun, Wahid Adeba of Adelabu, Oyo, Iman Suleiman Ibrahim Nasarawa Alupate of Bauchi, Joseph Utsev of Benue, Abubakar Kyari of Borno, John Eno Cross River, and Sani Abubakar Aladi of Taraba. The President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration may create new ministries from the existing ones from Gbajabiamila, Chief of Staff, to the President, disclosed on Thursday in Abuja. The ministerial list was submitted to the National Assembly yesterday by Gbajabiamila and was read by Senate President Akwai. Gbajabiamila said that the nominees were chosen after undergoing strict personal screening by the President. He said that a second part comprising 13 names will be sent to the Assembly, adding that this was part of the process of having a cabinet for the administration. The Assistant Inspector General of Police in charge of Zone 9 AIG Echeng has charged police personnel in Imo to neutralize IPOB ESN elements enforcing the sit-at-home directive. Echeng gave the charge during a familiarization tour of the Imo command in Owerri on Thursday. The AIG said the police will apply a stringent approach to fight insurgency, terrorism and other criminal activities within the zone. Echeng, who advised the residents to go about their normal businesses, reiterated readiness of his men to sustain peace and provide adequate security for the people of Imo, Abia and Ebonyi states. Earlier, the State Commissioner of Police, Mr. Muhammad Barday, said the command had continued to battle IPOB ESN with a view to bringing the activities to an end. Muhammad Bello El-Rufai, the son of former Kaduna State Governor Maram Nasiru El-Rufai, and Ehiateke Ibori Swenu, the daughter of former Delta State Governor James Ibori, were yesterday named as chairman of the House of Representatives Standing Committees. Speaker Abbas Tajuddin announced the 134 standing committees at the plenary on Thursday, while Ibori's daughter was named chairman House Committee of Niger Delta Development Commission NDDC. El-Rufai's son was announced chairman House Committee on Banking Regulations. The former Deputy Speaker Ahmed Idris Wasai, former House Leader Alhassan Ado Dogwa, Yusuf Adamu Gakti and Mukhtar Bitara were also named as committee's chairman. Mr. Wasai, APC PLATEAU, got the chairmanship of the less fancied Committee on Federal Character, while Mr. Bitara, APC Borno, was appointed the chairman of the Committee on Federal Capital Territory. Yusuf Adamu Gakti and Leke Abejide retained the chairmanship of Committee on Navy and Committee on Customs and Excise, respectively. Bandits have shot one person and abducted 10 others at TALLATA Marafa town, the headquarters of TALLATA Marafa local government area of Zamfara State. The incident occurred Wednesday night at about 11:30 p.m. when the bandits stormed the town and went straight to the residence of the former member of the House of Representatives who represented TALLATA Marafa Anka Federal Constituency, Kabiru Yahya Classic, but could not gain entrance to the house. Although police authorities in the state are yet to comment on the latest attack, a resident of the area, Abdullahi Marafa, told newsmen that residents thought they were visitors because they were adorned in white regalia, but later discovered that they were bandits carrying deadly weapons. They said the bandits later went from house to house, knocking on people's doors and whisking away anyone that came out. According to him, one person was shot in the leg and is currently receiving treatment at a hospital while 3 abducted persons later escaped. He also explained that the residents put out a distress call to troops who responded swiftly and engaged the bandits in a gun duel which forced them to flee the town. The Federal Ministry of Transportation has called on Nigerians to consider bicycles as an alternative means of transportation. The Director of Road Transport and Mass Transit Administration, Musa Ibrahim, said these at a one-day stakeholder sensitization meeting held in Abuja. Ibrahim said the goal is to increase the importance of cycling in Nigeria to cause a decrease in traffic and accidents. He stated that the stakeholder sensitization meeting aligns with World Bicycle Day, which is marked annually on June 3, through a United Nations General Assembly UNGA resolution. According to him, World Bicycle Day recognizes the uniqueness, longevity, and versatility of the bicycle as a simple, affordable, reliable, clean, and environmentally sustainable means of transport, fostering environmental stewardship and health. The Naira yesterday depreciated to 768.6 Naira per dollar in the investors and exporters I&E window. Data from FMDQ showed that the indicative exchange rate for the investors and exporters I&E window rose to 768.6 Naira per dollar from 740.08 Naira per dollar from Tuesday, indicating 28.52 Naira depreciation for the Naira. Similarly, the Naira depreciated to 870 Naira per dollar in the parallel market yesterday from 867 Naira per dollar on Wednesday, indicating 3 Naira depreciation. Consequently, the gap between the official and parallel market exchange rates widened to 101.4 Naira per dollar yesterday from 126.92 Naira per dollar on Wednesday. On the foreign scene, supporters of a coup in Niger have attacked the headquarters of the arrested president party, setting it on fire and stoning and burning cars outside. The small group of arsonists had broken away from a larger show of support for the coup leaders outside parliament, where Russian flags were on show. The army has now given its backing to the troops who took President Mohamed Bazoum captive on Wednesday. Russia joined other countries and the UN in calling for Bazoum's release. The president was reported to be in good health by French Foreign Minister Catherine Colonna in the early hours of Friday. Ms. Colonna told AFP news agency she did not consider the coup to be final, adding there was a way out for the coup plotters if they listened to the global community. And in sport, Barcelona have been provisionally cleared to play in the 2023-2024 Champions League, and a UEFA investigation into allegations the club made payments to a referee's chief. In March, European football's governing body confirmed it was looking into claims of payments made by Barcelona for favorable refereeing decisions. While Barcelona have been allowed in Europe, UEFA reserved the right to punish the club in the future. The UEFA investigation came after a criminal investigation was brought by the Barcelona Public Prosecutor's Office on 10 of March. It was alleged that Barcelona paid 8.4 million euros to Jose Maria Enrique Negreira, the former vice president of Spain's referees committee, and his Disney 95 company. Barca former club officials and Negreira were indicted for corruption, breach of trust, and false business records. And with the sport news, we've come to the end of our bulletin for today. You can follow us on our social media handles at Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at TUNTBE Radio FM TV, respectively. You can also watch us on the satellite decoder Sat, which has been watched in about 38 countries of the world free. You can also stream and watch us live on our YouTube channel at Unity FM TV. I am Rukayat Sani Ibrahim. Thanks for watching and enjoy the rest of our programs. Do have yourself a lovely day.
Please pay attention. It starts from the foundation. Everybody needs somebody. You turn a blind eye and care nothing less. Say it's just business, all about the money. You are so unbothered as long as they pay. Say it's just business, all about the money. You know they're on a fast lane, but you've got business to run. So you look away the other way. It concerns you. It kill law, it kill dreams. It land people for jail. War against drug abuse.